Hello, everybody. My name is Nick Schumann. This is
Tyler Cleverly.
We are representatives in different capacity with the United Way of DeKalb County. I am a board member, but also the chair right now of the Community Impact Committee. Used to be co-chair with Tyler, but we do have exciting announcement. We wish we could do in a different way, but we are going to introduce Tyler right now as the brand new executive director of DeKalb County United Way. So publicly, congratulations, Tyler.
Thanks, man.
What a time to come on. All right. We also have some different things that we have promised our partner agencies and anybody that has had applied for grants from us, some news that we're going to be talking about. It is all around open granting and actually impact funding through open granting. How we are going to do the impact funding is through open granting. Before we do that, it is absolutely essential that we take this time to thank our donors in DeKalb County. So many people have said this before. We're going to say it again. DeKalb County is awesome, tremendous, very gracious, very giving, very generous. We are, as a board, very thankful to be able to have the chance to talk about some transitions and adjustments we're going to be making. So for anyone out there that is a donor and a contributor in any way, time, money, any talent or resource you have, thank you very much. Okay, so we have talked about change, and I know change can be a dangerous, maybe even dirty word, especially here in our conservative little town of area of Northeast Indiana. And so it's not really change. It's more like a transition and an adjustment because we really want to make bigger impact and we want to see how that impact has been delivered. And we had a lot of detailed discussions. A lot of hours have gone into this here via the both volunteers and the employees, Don Mason, yay, and Allie Campbell and many. I should have started naming names. Everybody. Anyway, as we move on here, we are going to be talking about the transition to impact granting through open funding, focusing on Alice. So now I'll finally turn it over to Tyler to talk a little bit about Alice.
So as most of you might have, been involved in or been aware of, we had community conversations trying to figure out what the community really wanted out of the United Way. So again, if our donors are graciously giving their funds to the United Way to make a greater impact, well, what impact do they want? And then through all that, and then through the board meetings and strategic planning, we came up with, looking towards the Alice population, which based off the 2016 numbers, DeKalb County is at 23% of an Alice population. The state average is 25. Next month in May, we'll get the 2018 numbers, and we'll be able to share those with everybody then. Basically, Alice stands for Asset Limited, Income Constrained, and Employed. So again, if you have a job, but we might be living paycheck to paycheck, and one small thing, your car breaks down, flat tire tomorrow, do you have the funds to fix that tire? Or if not, are you going to be without a job because you can't go to work? Just all that snowball effect. So how can we help those areas, and what are you guys doing to focus in on those areas to help a greater impact in DeKalb County? Because again, if we start working towards climbing that mountain, we have to focus in certain areas as we go up, and we'll make an everlasting change in DeKalb County.
Yeah, so out of the many different areas that Alice has, we have chosen 3 that we are going to be focused on. And the first one is early childhood education.
Child care locations, affordable, child care stuff, employee retention and quality. So again, employees we know are not, they're quitting their jobs because they don't have a place to send their kids. There's not a lot of locations in some of our, outlying towns and counties.
Ashley Butler.
Yeah, exactly. So again, we're trying to figure out how we can help with some funding to start some in those areas to help employee retention. So again, these employees in those areas have a place to send their kids. They feel comfortable, so now they can stay with their job and not have to quit their job to make a tough choice on which one to do.
Yeah, and there's going to be a lot more information on this that we're going to be posting. There's going to be links to this. Don is taking care of all that technology, thank goodness, because I would foul that up. And the second area of focus is addiction.
So focusing on some preventative care, some structured programming, encouraging quality of life, and support into reentry. So once they go through the recovery phase, how can we support them getting back into a job, back into everyday, life, and be be that rock for them to help them continue on helping our community.
And then the last one is childhood trauma.
And so again, that's looking on, what experiences did you have as a child that has, stayed with you as your life? And again, you don't want to pass those on to your kids. So what trauma did you have, and how can we help, break that cycle? So again, we can kind of get out of this. If you grew up, with one lifestyle and it falls into that Alice category, you're not stuck there. How can we help make a change in our community?
And if you're watching this video and you're starting to get worried, the organization that we are in does not directly address that. As long as there's almost an infinite number of tangential ways to help with each one of these. The one example that we came up with is somehow you've got to travel to one of these, and we've got a great service here in DeKalb County that helps with that. Okay, so the last thing that we wanted to do is put a few dates to this and some deadlines, and when this is actually going to be taking place and when this is happening. The application, which is going to be renovated, reinvigorated, and reconstructed.
It's going to be a Word document. So again, you can save it, you can finish it later. Unlike our old application process where you had to sit there and finish it. If it took you an hour, 12 hours, you couldn't save it, you couldn't do anything. This is going to be a very short Word document asking us, we're going to ask some general questions to let you talk about what your programming is doing in the Alice, or what can you shift a little bit to make a greater impact in those areas. Yeah. So again, tell us your stories, tell us what you're doing, instead of us making you fill out something that isn't really going to change DeKalb County.
Yeah, and that application releases
May 15th.
May 15th, so it's coming up. And then what we are looking for is application deadline, which is going to be not until I think August
1st, the first
August
one.
1st.
So as you guys know, our yearly,
so that is almost 3 months.
Our yearly calendar starts July 1. So again, we're going to this quarterly application process. We'll explain it all in the attached stuff, but the first review will be in August, and there'll be one application window every quarter from August through May of next year.
Yeah. Okay. I think that is it, right, Dawn? We're our program director over here. This is take number about 11 that we have done on this, because at some point in some way I will get derailed and go into stuff that doesn't matter. Really, couple key things here. Please read, watch this video as many times as you'd like, but get questions into us. The more questions we have, the easier it's going to be for us to create like a frequently asked question sheet and address those. Transparency, communication, especially during these times of change, but just during these times of new social distancing, which we're 6 feet apart, that's just very important. We know that. So get the questions into us. Again, thank you, donors. Thank you, agencies that are delivering services during this time of need. And we're just going to leave it with that. As long as you guys go through this and have questions for us. One last thing is just let's go, DeKalb County.